Lynn's Mad Money. As John French said, Captain Beefheart's music was very influenced by the blues. And of course, I've been very influenced by the blues and all different kinds of American roots music, Hawaiian music, jazz, New Orleans music, even American Indian music, all kinds of music from America and all kinds of music from around the world. But blues is really special to me. Blues, since there's a real strong blues guitar music, it taught me a lot about feeling in music. It taught me a lot about expression and how to say things and how to get through to people with music and how to let the music get through to you from wherever it comes from. There's the common kind of blues most white blues rock guitarists listen to, B.B. King, Albert King, maybe Otis Rush or Freddie King if they're adventurous. But I like some of the more obscure electric blues guitarists. And I like country blues, acoustic, rural blues from all different parts of the United States a lot. If you look in the booklet, you'll see a couple of recommended listening things in a little list that suggests some people you might want to listen to find out more about that kind of music. One thing I've learned from the blues that's true in a lot of other kinds of music, it's true in East Asian musics, is that every note, even if it's the same note, even if you play the note C 10 times, you can play it a different way every time to give it a different kind of expression and a different kind of feeling. And all too often in jazz and fusion music and rock music, they play C. Sounds the same every time. And I like to hear, there's a million ways you can play any one note, and I like to play each note differently. Scott Colby and I will play a couple of trades back and forth here in the C blues scale, and we'll try to attack the notes differently and show how you can put just feeling in them from the way you play the notes, the way you bend into them, the way you hit them with your pick and with your fingers. Scott, why don't you go first? Get the idea. You can put a lot of different expression in the way you play any particular individual note. Scott and I are going to play a country blues now, a rural blues that was recorded in 1931 originally on an old 78 record by a man named Skip James, who was a fantastic acoustic blues guitarist and singer from Mississippi. Really different from other bluesmen. He had a real spooky, weird sound to his voice, and his guitar playing was complex and strange. It turned out a lot of it was in different tuning that not many other bluesmen played in when they finally found Skip James in the 1960s and asked him how he did things. We're going to play this tune of Skip James's. It's called Special Rider Blues. And I'm going to play an unusual guitar for this. I'm going to play a guitar that was made for me by a great luthier, Danny Farrington. And it's a baritone guitar. It's a guitar that's tuned low, midway between where a bass and a guitar is tuned. Usually, in standard tuning, the low E string, so to speak, would be tuned to A on this guitar. And it would be tuned quite a bit lower than a regular guitar. But I have it in an open tuning. I have it in C sharp major open tuning with the intervallic relationship of the notes in the strings similar to the traditional blues open G tuning. Scott is playing, as he always does, in open E tuning. And C sharp and E, those two things are not too harmonious together, but they allow us to have different open strings for pull-offs and effects in the music, and they allow the music to come alive in a kind of unusual way. It's really interesting to play different kinds of idiomatic blues and rock musics together in guitars in radically different tunings. You get really pretty and special effects that way. And it's also very unusual to play it in a low pitch range, like we're going to play this tune, Special Rider Blues.